Hi, have any of you got kids that are taking the 11 plus later this year? I'm sure you have. Certainly in our area there are grammar schools and kids do take the 11 plus. But even if they aren't, this book, Passing the 11 plus with NLP, is actually a very good book for all children of that sort of age, the sort of 10, 11, 12 sort of age, in so much as it really is a good preparation for going to secondary school and the year 7, the sort of that first year when it can be a bit tough. I know I get a lot of calls in September where children are struggling really. The novelty is slightly worn off and now it's down to proper learning. So let me tell you what you'll find in this book. First of all, there is an introduction to NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, which is the connection between your thoughts, your inner voice, the inner dialogue, and what you say externally, and what happens as a result, and how that can help parents to help their children, what to say to encourage, how to give feedback, and all of those sort of ways that you can support your child of that age. Then chapter 2 talks about learning styles, visual, auditory and kinesthetic. Does your child learn more by seeing something, hearing something, or physically doing something? And then at a deeper level, are they motivated more by what they do want as opposed to avoiding what they don't want? Do they learn in small chunks, big chunks? Do they like choices? That's chapter 2. Chapter 3 is building on those learning skills and also some fun games that you can play with them to build on their learning skills. 4 is about goal setting. I expect you've heard of the SMART goals. So having a goal that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timely. And also how to anchor that can-do state. Chapter 5 is about self-esteem. It's about feeling good about yourself and how to overcome those feelings when you don't feel very good about yourself, when you're feeling a bit disheartened and wondering, what will happen, if you get something wrong, any tests and things like that, quite apart from, as I said, the 11 plus specifically. Chapter 6 is interesting. A lot of kids have the skills that they need to pass exams actually in their sport. I found that a lot, that by working with kids on their sports, their skills, their sort of self-esteem and so on, but particularly their skills, they actually have the skills that they need in other areas of their life that they just need to sort of move across to where they need them in school and for their education. Chapter 7 is learning from feedback, how to learn from feedback. If you don't get in, say, a practice paper or in a mock test, there are a lot of exams coming up. This is so useful. It's not just for the 11 plus, although the title does rather suggest that, doesn't it? It's really for anybody who's got tests, exams, learning challenges to help them with learning skills in a different way from the way that you learn at school. It's just a few different ideas that might resonate with your child. So learning from feedback, how to overcome the sort of disappointments and actually take the good learning from it, the positives from it. Chapter 8 and 9 and 10 are more specific to the 11 plus because they're on literacy, numeracy and non-verbal reasoning. So let me show you sort of how the book looks. It's quite easily, it's well laid out in so much as there are little exercises to do. It's quite an easy read, I would say. I tend to write for children, for parents working with children, for teachers and so on. I mean, this might be quite a good book actually for a teacher. I'm sure you already know as teachers, you know, how best to help them, but it's no harm in getting, you know, another take on it maybe. Anyway, you can get this book obviously on the wonderful Amazon, she says, slightly sarcastically. Or actually, I've got this on my website at the moment at, it should be, I think it's £6.99, £7.99, around £7 anyway. But on my website, I'm selling it for £5 because the website address at the back is an old website address and the email address is old, so I'm updating it. So I'm selling off from my website only. I can't do that obviously via Amazon, but I've got about 10 copies that I can sell at £5 for you. So if you'd like to either get in touch by direct message or via my website, which is judybartkowiak.com, you can buy your copy. Once I've run out, I've run out. But obviously on Amazon, they're on there. But I'm just letting you know that the email address and the website, because these were printed a few years ago before I got my new website address. So I hope that might be of interest to someone. Maybe you'd share it for anyone that you think might be interested. Enjoy the sunshine.